Hi guys, I'm Ryan from Ryan Recovers and it is coming up to the new year, so today I'm going to be talking about my reflections on 2021 and what my resolutions are for 2022. Overall, I would say 2021 was not the best year for me. It also wasn't the worst though. It came up with a lot of relapses in my mental health struggles, including getting sectioned again. I also turned 21, but I had my birthday during lockdown, so we didn't get a party. I also got accepted into Northumbria University to study my master's in psychology, so it's very much a mixed plate. My resolutions for 2021 were to get better mentally, not to relapse, which obviously did not go as planned. And also, I had goals of reaching a certain amount of subscribers, a certain amount of TikTok followers, but they also didn't happen, so I pretty much failed all of my goals. I also had a goal to save like £7,000. I currently only have £400 in my bank account, so that obviously did not happen. So yeah, I definitely did not reach my 2021 goals at all. In 2021, I succeeded by finishing my bachelor's degree in philosophy at Newcastle University. I didn't do as well as I would have hoped for, but it did allow me to then get accepted into Northumbria University studying a master's degree in psychology. So I would say that it was still a success because it means that I'm now here at university, which is what I dreamed of. I would also say I was successful in terms of my career. I was working at B&M for about a year, but I left there to come to university, and once I got here, I got a new job as a digital content creator for the university, which is super exciting because that's like my dream job. Being an influencer is my dream job, so really, like, I would say that as probably the thing that I'm most successful for this year. I also turned 21, which was pretty exciting because I did not think that I would make it this far. So that's pretty cool too. I also find it a big success that for a portion of this year I was sober. Not a huge portion of it, but a small portion of it. Mainly the past couple of weeks I have not taken drugs other than weed for about 2 weeks now, which I would say is pretty impressive for me. In terms of failing in 2021, well, I failed all of my New Year's resolutions this year, so I didn't do particularly well. But I tried, and trying is what counts. I would say that also I failed mostly with my bachelor's degree. As I said, like, I didn't do very well in it, especially my dissertation. I did really badly in my dissertation, which I thought I was going to do really well in. But turns out they said it was too psychological and needed more philosophy. So I guess I decided to do that psychology course instead. Oh well. I would also say I failed in terms of my mental health relapses. Like, most of 2021 has been spent feeling like shit. A lot of it has been in and out of hospital, spending most of my time in hospital or spending most of my time high just to cope with things. I was sectioned again at one point, which was just for 2 weeks, but still. I also had major relapses on my eating disorder, so I would say that I failed on that front. I failed myself, woo! But yeah, as I said, like, we're coming up on a new year, so hopefully that's a chance to improve myself. This year, a big lesson that I learnt was that friends are not going to be there for you all the time. They're going to move on, they're going to want to do their own shit, and they are not going to stick around. So you've got to be comfortable being with yourself, and you can't rely on other people. I also learned that relapses do not mean that you have lost all progress. Just because I relapsed a few times, a lot, does not mean that I lost all my progress in my recovery from 2020. If anything, I would say that I've come out stronger, and I'm more motivated to recover now than I was then. I won't lie, most of my most enjoyable moments from 2021 were getting high. Like, I took MDMA for the first time, and that was like the most blissful experience I have ever had in my life. Like, I felt like I was floating. It was amazing. I also had experiences with other, like psychedelics and stuff, and those were really fun. I started smoking weed where it would actually get me high, because for like ages, since I was 18, when I'd smoke weed, I wouldn't get high, like it wouldn't affect me at all. But now it gets me high, so like that was a really good experience when that first happened. I had some good experiences in terms of I was in a relationship for a lot of the year, and I had a lot of good experiences with her, but we were not meant to be together. That's just how it is sometimes. Can't blame anybody for that. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But I still had good experiences with her. In terms of regrets, the relationship I had over 2021, I regretted how I ended things with her. I think I could have done it in a better way that wouldn't have hurt her so much. I should have been there for her more, but you can't go back on the past. So I also regret the attempts that I made on my own life in 2021. I made, I think, 2 or 3 attempts, and I regret those because they were unnecessary. And at this point right now, I'm happy to be alive. And if any of them had succeeded, I would have missed coming to Northumbria, and I would have missed so many amazing opportunities that I currently have at the moment. So I regret that. So yeah, now we've reflected on 2021, let's talk about 2022 and what we can expect. So one of my resolutions that I think is one of the most important resolutions is that I want to decrease my substance abuse. I am an addict, so like it's going to be tough. I've basically not been sober for the past 3 years, but as I said earlier, I'm currently on like a 2-week streak, and I'm hoping that I can keep that up. I do expect to relapse a few times. I do expect to use at some point throughout the year, and I'm not mad about that. Like, I'm okay using. I don't want to be sober, but I do want to decrease my recreational use because it's not healthy. It's really not healthy for my mental health especially, and I definitely don't want to be using the hardcore stuff that I have been using in the past. Another New Year's resolution I have is to drink more water. I started drinking this sparkling flavoured water because I cannot stand plain tap water. So yeah, hopefully this convinces me to drink at least 2 litres a day. Another New Year's resolution I have is to finish my dialectical behavioural therapy book. In case you didn't know, I have borderline personality disorder, so I really need to do DBT if I actually want to recover, and there is no trained therapist in the UK that seems to want to help me, so I have to do it by myself. But I'm going to try and do it on this channel because I feel like that's going to motivate me, so expect to see a lot of mental health related videos. That's pretty much everything that's coming out this year. So another New Year's resolution I have is to grow my hair out and not dye it. This is my hair at the moment. It's a complete mess. Like, seriously. I hate how it looks. And so my goal is to try and grow it out so that it no longer looks like that. Another goal I have is that I really want to go on holiday this year. Unfortunately, there is a new strain of COVID, so I don't know whether that's going to happen or not, but I had a holiday planned for this year, just gone, for during summer, and it had to be moved to next year because of COVID, so hopefully I get to go on it. One New Year's resolution I have is that I want to post to my social media at least weekly. I currently post to TikTok every single day, unless I get banned from posting, and then it's like after a couple of days when they let me post again. But I want to post more pictures to my Instagram, I want to post more to YouTube, and more to my OnlyFans. I want to actually create content this year because I've really been failing to do that recently. One goal I have is to reach 10,000 followers on YouTube. This is a goal because I'm currently at like 6,000, and I was nearly at 7,000, but then I didn't post for like a year. And so it's gone down, and yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable to hope for another 4,000 followers. So yeah, let's see how that goes. So a lot of people have been like, yeah, I'm gonna read a book each month of 2022. But I really struggle to read. Like, I have dyslexia and ADHD, and I just can't read a book. I can't sit still and focus for long enough to read a book. And so my goal is to read at least one book this upcoming year that is not for my master's course. I also have a goal for 2022 to save some money. That'll definitely be happening if I cut down on the substance abuse. But I don't want to set a specific goal of I need £7,000 by the end of the year like I did last year, because obviously I failed it. It didn't go very well. But I do want to try and save some money, so I want to do, like, you know, on those bullet journals where it's like save, like try not to spend for an entire month unless it's on complete essentials. I want to try and do a bunch of those and really only try and buy what is essential. And if I'm like buying clothes, then I want to make sure that I sell something for every time I buy something, or like, you know, sell enough so it makes up the same amount of money as the thing that I'm buying, so that I'm saving money. And then finally, I want to start working out again. A lot of this year, I was really high on working out, like I was doing really well, but that was because my eating disorder was like really bad. And so basically I was only working out for the purpose of losing weight. And so I don't want it to be like that. I want to work out because it makes you healthy and because it makes your mental health better, not because it's going to make me lose weight. Because actually I'm trying to gain weight at the moment. So we're going to try and do some weightlifting and stuff this year. And try and get better, get in shape. So that is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this. Please talk about your 2021 down below and tell me what your New Year's resolutions are for 2022, and I will read them and I will tell you what I think of them. So, and hopefully we can keep each other motivated. If you subscribe, we can keep each other motivated, because you can like comment on my videos like, hey, how's the money saving going? Hope you're not taking drugs. Yeah, motivate me. And I will hopefully see you in 2022. Bye!